What's going on, Sports Nation? Welcome back to another video. And today, as you can see, we are doing my NCAA 2022 March Madness bracket. Now, I have already done mine, so I just created another one, and I'm going to just put in all the same picks that I have because I wanted to do step by step, and I just won't submit it that way because the bracket will be the exact same as my other one. So let's dive right into this. Expect more streams from March Madness later in the week. Now let's move into the first game in the West region, which is we have Gonzaga and Georgia State. I have Gonzaga all day, not sure who doesn't. Boise State and Memphis, the 8 and the 9, I'm going to take Memphis. UConn and New Mexico State, this is going to be, in my opinion, a good game, and this is going to be my 12-5 upset of the NCAA tournament. Next we have 4 and 13, Arkansas versus Vermont. I'm going to take the Razorbacks out of the SEC. Next we have Alabama versus Rutgers or Notre Dame. I'm going to take Alabama regardless of who they play. The 3 and the 14, we have Texas Tech and Montana State. I believe I will choose Texas Tech to face Bama in the round of 32. Next we have the 7 and the 10, Michigan State versus Davidson. I'm going to have another upset here. The 10 seed over the 7, Davidson knocking off the Spartans. Here we have number 2, Duke versus number 15, CSU Fullerton. I'm going to take Duke to take on Davidson in the round of 32. Let's move on to the south, just to the right side of the bracket here, or right side of the top of the bracket. Or actually, I'll just go down here and do the east side. So now, move on to the east region, and then after the east, I'll just go back up to the south and then do the Midwest. Just give me 1 second. Okay, so we have Baylor and Norfolk State. This one, pretty self-explanatory. I'm choosing Baylor all day, every day. Next we have the Tar Heels and Marquette. I'm going to take UNC. Next we have St. Mary's versus Wyoming or Indiana. I could see a 12-5 upset here, but I'm going to go with St. Mary's. Next we have 4-seeded UCLA versus Akron. I'm going to take UCLA. Next we have another one of my upsets. The 11-seeded Virginia Tech Hokies over 6-seeded Texas Longhorns. I'm taking VT. The ACC champions, I just think that they will get it done against Texas. Next we have 3-seeded Purdue and 14-seeded Yale. I'm going to take the Boilermakers. Next we have Murray State and San Francisco. I'm taking Murray State. And to finish off this side of the bracket, Kentucky and St. Peter's. I am taking Kentucky all day long. Next, we're going to go back up here to the south side of the bracket. We have Arizona versus Wright State or Bryant. I'm taking Arizona. Seton Hall and TCU. I'm going to take TCU in the 9-8 upset. Houston and UAB. I'm taking Houston all day. I don't see any 12-5 upset happening there. Next, we have Illinois and Chattanooga. I'm going to take Illinois. Now we have Colorado State and Michigan. I'm going to say another upset here, 11-seeded Michigan over 6-seeded CSU. Next we have Tennessee and Longwood. I'm taking Tennessee. Next we have another upset in my book, 10-seeded Loyola Chicago over 7-seed Ohio State. And next we have 2 in the 15, Villanova versus Delaware, and I'm taking Villanova. Alright, so we got the West first round, South first round, East first round. Now we got to do the Midwest first round. Starting off with the 1-16, Kansas versus Texas Southern at Texas A&M CC. I'm taking Kansas. Next we have 8-seeded San Diego State and Creighton. I'm going to take Creighton in the upset. Well, those aren't really an upset, it's just a 1-seed difference, but it's still technically by definition an upset. Next we have Iowa and Richmond. I'm going to take Iowa in this one. I don't see a 12-5 upset happening there. Next we have Providence and South Dakota State. I could see an upset here from South Dakota State, but I'm going to take the Friars in this one. Next we have the 6 and the 11, LSU and Iowa State. I'm going to take the Tigers out of the SEC to move on to the round of 32 against third-seeded Wisconsin Badgers against Colgate. Yeah, I don't see an upset happening here either. I got Wisconsin all day. Next, we're going to do the final 2 games here in the round of 64. 7-seeded USC versus 10-seeded Miami. I'm taking the USC. And then Auburn versus Jayville State. I'm taking the Tigers. Okay. First round done. Let's go back up and do the West round of 32. We have Gonzaga and Memphis. I'm going to take Gonzaga. Move on to the Sweet 16. New Mexico State and Arkansas. I'm taking Arkansas and move on. Next we have Alabama and Texas Tech. I'm going to take Texas Tech to beat Alabama. Next we have Davidson and Duke. I would not be surprised if Davidson won, but just to be on the safe side, I'm going to take 2-seeded Duke. I'm going to do the South region round of 32. I got 1-seeded Arizona over TCU. Next we have 5-seeded Houston and 4-seeded Illinois. I'm going to take Illinois in this one. Next we have 11-seed Michigan and 3-seed Tennessee. I'm taking Tennessee to advance. Next we have 10-seeded Loyola Chicago, 2-seeded Villanova. Again, would not be surprised if Loyola Chicago moves on, but I'm going to be, again, on the safe side and take Villanova. Next, we have the East side. I'm going to take Baylor to advance. And I'll have a little upset here and have 5-seeded St. Mary's advance over UCLA. Next to Virginia Tech and Purdue, I'm going to take the Boilermakers to advance. Next we have Murray State and Kentucky. It's going to be one of my upsets. This will be one of my upsets. I am taking 7-seeded Murray State over Kentucky. Murray State to advance to the Sweet 16. Alright, next we do the Midwest. I'll have Kansas over Creighton. I'm going to take 5-seeded Iowa over Providence. I'll take Wisconsin over LSU. And again, here's another upset. I'm taking 7-seeded USC over number 2 Auburn. I got 2 upsets right here. Hopefully I can call them both. Alright, next we're going to move on to who will advance to the Elite 8. Okay, Gonzaga or Arkansas. Ooh, this one's tough. I'm going to take Gonzaga. Texas Tech or Duke. I'm going to take Texas Tech to upset number 2 Duke. I'm going to take number 1 Arizona. And here I'm going to take 3-seeded Tennessee. Okay, that's good for the top. Now for the bottom side, I'm going to take Baylor to advance, and Purdue, and I'm going to take Kansas and Wisconsin. This is my Elite 8. Now, let's see here. Make sure I didn't make a mistake. Yes, I believe I'm all good here. Alright, we're going to move on to the Final Four. I'm going to have number 3 seeded Texas Tech upset the Zags. And I'm going to have Arizona move on against Tennessee. Down here, I'm going to have 3 seeded Purdue upset Baylor. And number 1 Kansas move on. So I got 2 3 seeds in my Final Four and 2 1 seeds. Now for my championship game, I'm going to have sorry about that, guys. I'm going to have Purdue advance to the championship game against Arizona. And then my national champion will be Arizona. And my prediction for the final score is going to be 72-68. Alright guys, this is my 2022 March Madness bracket. Hope y'all enjoyed the video. Remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And I will see you guys in the next one. Peace out.